Hi and welcome to your English classes. I know it's weekend again, and I also know that you do not like to study on a weekend, but all the same, today I come to you with a new poem, The Song of the Free, written by Swami Vivekananda. You'll enjoy the poem, and let us just start by talking something about Swami Vivekananda. As you all know, Swami Vivekananda was a saint and a social reformer. He had lot of love and respect. He was a great patriot, and he had love and respect for his country, his motherland, and he always wrote poems and articles, and he gave lectures about the Indian culture, the Indian religion, about Hinduism, not only in India but also in various other parts of the world. He is known to encourage and spread Hinduism as well as the principles of Hinduism far and wide. He was one of the great social reformers who also worked to instill in the people great values, value for education, value and respect for our own culture. And he always stressed on the point that God is one and he's worshipped by different names. So the poem also emphasizes on the fact that whatever may be the conditions in your life, if you have firm faith in God, you will never be discouraged. You will never feel depressed or distressed because in every condition, God is with you. So let us start by reading the poem first and then I will explain it to you. The Song of the Free by Swami Vivekananda. The wounded snake its hood unfurls. The flame stirred up doth blaze. The desert resounds the calls of heart-struck lion's rage. The clouds put forth its delued strength when lightning cleaves its breast. When the soul is stirred to its inmost depth, great one unfold their best. Let eyes grow dim and heart grow faint, and friendship fail and love betray. Let fate its 100 horrors send, and clotted darkness block the way. And nature was one angry frown to crush you out. Still know, my soul, you are divine, march on and on, nor right nor left, but to the goal. So, in this particular poem, the writer has given us different situations in which life might test us or might push us to the most difficult times when we might get so affected that our relationship with God may also be affected. But he makes sure at the end he is telling the readers or telling the readers of the poem that you have to have firm faith in God. And if you have faith in God, then God will always be with you. He will never let you down. And He loves us uh, selflessly, unconditionally. And there is no such conditions that God keeps in front of us. His ways are different, but at the end of the day, whatever He does is for our best. So I'll explain. Let us read the first paragraph first, and then I'll explain that to you. The wounded snake its hood unfurls, the flame stirred up doth blaze. The desert air resounds the calls of heart-struck lion's rage. So, in the first paragraph, he is giving us the example of a snake and of a lion. He is saying that a snake never tries to hurt people until and unless he is poked, right? Until and unless he will see danger, he will never unfurl his hood. आपने देखा है सांप को कब वो अपना फन फैलाता है? तभी फैलाता है जब उसको कोई डेंजर महसूस होता है, तब फैलाता है जब उसको कोई खतरा महसूस होता है, जब उसको लगता है कि कोई मुझको अटैक कर रहा है। वरना वो अपने रास्ते चलता है और वो किसी को डिस्टर्ब नहीं करता है। ही इज़ लीस्ट बॉदर्ड अबाउट वॉट इज़ हैपनिंग। इन द सेम वे अ फ्लेम, जो लौ होती है, वो बुझने से पहले सबसे ज़्यादा ब्राइटली बर्न करती है और सबसे ज़्यादा उसका फ्लेम जो होता है वो ब्राइटेस्ट होता है, डार्केस्ट होता है, राइट? And it you know it that that's now the candle or that flame is coming to an end. After some time it will be darkness again, but it tries to burn itself to the limits. It tries to show you that till the end I can do my best. Similarly, another example he gives is that of a lion, that when a lion roars, his voice can be heard in the entire jungle. If he's in the zoo, then the whole of the zoo can hear the lion roar. And he says that जब लायन गुस्सा होता है या किसी तकलीफ में होता है, वो तभी इतना चिल्लाता है कि वो पूरी दुनिया को या पूरे जंगल को बता दे कि मैं यहाँ का राजा हूँ, मैं यहाँ मौजूद हूँ अभी. I am still there in the jungle, I am still the king. So he also, his voice is enough to let the whole of the jungle know that who is the king, right? So see, in these three examples, he's telling us, the poet is telling us, that difficult situations can come, number one, to anyone. Secondly, in any form. कोई भी इस दुनिया में बचा नहीं है, चाहे वो कितना ही बड़ा आदमी क्यों ना हो या वो कितना ही छोटा आदमी क्यों ना हो. मुश्किलें सबके जीवन में आती हैं, मुश्किलें सबके सामने आती हैं. It is our attitude that defines us, how we are taking care of those situations, how we are facing our problems. And if we have guts, if we have courage, if we have a positive attitude, then we are ready to face the challenges of life. Let's come to the second paragraph. The cloud puts forth its deluge strength when lightning cleaves its breast. When the soul is stirred to its utmost depth, inmost depth, great ones unfold their best. Right? So he's giving us another example of the clouds and of the lightning. वो बोलता है जब बिजली चमकती है कितनी ज़ोर से चमकती है, और जितनी बिजली चमकती है तेज़, उतना ही तेज़ बारिश होती है बादलों से. तो अगेन इट इज़ गिविंग अस एन एग्जाम्पल दैट कितने ही खतरनाक मौसम क्यों ना हो, आफ्टर दैट देयर इज़ ऑलवेज सनशाइन. आंधी, तूफान, बारिश, बिजली कड़कना, कैसी भी सिचुएशन हो रही हो उस समय, जब वो रुकती है बारिश तो हर जगह हरियाली छा जाती है, हर जगह एक अलग चमक होती है और सब कुछ शांत होता है. एंड इट इज़ ब्राइटर देन व्हाट इट वाज. ही ऑल्सो सेज दैट जो हमारा सोल है, मीन्स आवर कॉन्शियंस, आवर सेल्व्स, वो भी अपनी स्ट्रेंथ तब दिखाता है जब वो बिल्कुल किसी प्रॉब्लम के लिए बिल्कुल पुश ना किया गया हो. नाउ इफ़ यू गो टू सी दीज ग्रेट पीपल, सचिन तेंदुलकर और अमिताभ बच्चन और अंबानी और रतन टाटा एंड so on and so forth, these are people who were not born with the silver spoon. Okay, they have come from the scratch. They have started working hard, they put in labor, they faced so many rejections, and now they are on top of the world, on top of their careers, and everybody knows them. They are rich, they are famous, they have everything. But once upon a time they had nothing. They just had a strong willpower that I have to do it. I have to somehow establish myself. I have to somehow make a name for myself. And if you read the autobiographies of these great men and others also, you will see everybody who was rich and famous now was once, each one of them has their own story of rejection. They were rejected. Great Amitabh Bachchan was rejected for his voice, that his voice was too heavy, and now he is known for his voice. He was rejected for his height, that you are too tall and too lanky and too thin, you cannot act. And today everybody tries to copy him, everybody wants to be like him. So you have to have that willpower within you, and of course the firm faith in God. That, and if these two things are there in your life, or then you will never ever be unsuccessful, right? Then the third paragraph: let eyes grow dim and heart grow faint, and friendship fail and love betray. Let fate its 100 horrors send, and clotted darkness block the way. Right? So he says that let eyes grow dim and heart grow faint. Matlab ki maybe there might be a time that the difficult situations in our life are so much, or maybe the situation is so terrible that you just want to die, you just don't want to live anymore. Kabhi kabhi life pushes you to such an extent that kabhi kabhi लगता है कि हम जी क्यों रहे हैं, मर क्यों नहीं जाते. And many people in this world, when they are brought to that point, they commit suicide, और they try to kill themselves, और they जैसे हार मान जाते हैं ज़िंदगी से. और जो strong people होते हैं वो जीते हैं, उस प्रॉब्लम का सामना करते हैं, और उनको कहीं ना कहीं उम्मीद होती है कि आज भले ही मेरा दिन खराब हो लेकिन कल मेरा दिन अच्छा होगा. राइट? सो ही इज सेइंग कि कभी ऐसा समय आएगा कि when friends will refuse to recognize you, when your loved ones will betray you, they will leave you somewhere in the lurch, when you will feel so physically and mentally and emotionally, you will feel so weak and worn out that you will just want to end your life. But there might be times when fate यानी कि डेस्टिनी जो है आपकी, हमारी किस्मत, हमको हो सकता है हज़ारों हज़ार परेशानियां एक समय पे आ जाए. हो सकता है जो वो परेशानी वाला फेज़ है वो बहुत लंबा खिंच जाए. But always remember that after every cloud has a silver lining, right? यानी कि जब बारिश होती है, तूफान आता है, तो बिल्कुल अंधेरा छा जाता है. एंड कहीं ना कहीं एक डर लगा रहता है कि कैसा मौसम हो रहा है, अब क्या होगा. और जब बारिश ख़त्म हो जाती है तो धूप जो निकलती है उसके बाद, इट इज़ मच मोर ब्राइटर दैन वॉट इट वॉज अर्लियर. So nature teaches us, it gives us a lesson that even after every night there is a morning, and that morning gives us hope कि हो सकता है रात हो गई, अंधेरा हो गया है. ऐसे ही ज़िंदगी में भी अंधेरा छा जाता है, पर जैसे सुबह होती है और सूरज उगता है और एक नया दिन आता है, वैसे ही लाइफ भी ऐसी ही है. Problems will come and they will stay for a long time. They might not want to leave you, but you don't have to feel discouraged. You don't have to. You should tell your problems that come. मैं भी देखता हूँ तुम मुझको कितना परेशान कर सकते हो. अगर तुम सोचोगे कि मैं हार मान जाऊँगा तो तुम गलत सोच रहे हो. तो अपनी प्रॉब्लम्स से हमको ये इस एटीट्यूड में बात करना है. और एक समय ऐसा आएगा जब प्रॉब्लम्स भी थक जाएंगी कि ये आदमी को तो कोई फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ता है, बड़ा बेशरम टाइप का आदमी है, कोई फ़र्क ही नहीं पड़ता है इसको, सो लेट्स जस्ट लीव हिम अलोन. सो प्रॉब्लम्स विल देन लीव अस, बट वी हैव टू बी determined. We have to have a strong willpower. We do not have to feel discouraged, and we have to have firm faith in ourselves and in God, and then only we will be successful. The last paragraph says, and nature were one angry frown to crush you out, still know my soul. You are divine, march on and on, nor right nor left, but to the goal. And what is the goal? Goal is God. Okay? And he says कि nature जो है, जो हमारे आसपास, जो हम जिस environment में रह रहे हैं, जिस destiny के साथ हम लोग पैदा हुए हैं, every one of us, our lives, the plans that exist in our life are already made by God. God knows at what time what will happen with us. So we have to be mentally prepared. Okay, there might be a time when nature will be very angry with us. Nature in the sense, life. Okay, and it might try to crush us down. कि इतनी परेशानी आ जाएंगी कि हम जब गिर जाएंगे तो उठना मुश्किल हो जाएगा. लेकिन क्या हमको उस सिचुएशन में गिरे रहना है या फिर उठना है और सामना करना है प्रॉब्लम्स का? That depends on each individual, because every individual is different. Every individual has their own way of dealing with the situations or with the problems. And but the only one thing is common among every one of us is that we have two kinds of attitude. One is to face, one is to give up. And it depends on each individual what choice he is making. राइट ये जो दो चॉइस है ये हर आदमी के पास आती है, हर सिचुएशन में आती है कि मैं राइट जाऊं कि मैं लेफ्ट जाऊं, कि मैं हार मान लूं कि मैं आगे चलूं. ईच इंडिविजुअल पे डिपेंड करता है कि वो कौन सी चॉइस अपना रहा है. इफ़ ही विल से नो आई एम टायर्ड नाउ, आई कांट फेस दिस, ही विल lose hope and he might die or his life might not be the same anymore. और जो बोलते हैं कि नहीं, let it come, let me see, मैं भी देखता हूँ कितना लाइफ मुझे परेशान कर सकती है, and I will see and I will face it and I will go ahead with it, then that person becomes successful. And there are number of examples that can be given of such kind. So he is saying कि, again the writer is saying that to the readers that you are divine, you are also godly. God has made you in such a way that you can march on and on and on. You can walk through the situations, right? And don't see right, don't see left, don't give up in between, and just march on towards the goal of your life, which of course will be difficult to achieve without the help of God. So he says that life can be full of pain, full of misery, full of troubles, full of difficulties, but if we have faith in God, then we need not worry. We need not be afraid of anything, and our soul should reach towards its goal, and the goal is God. And when you have faith in God, you have read there were thousands and thousands of people who in the lockdown they just started walking back home. और कितने लोग थे जो बॉम्बे, कलकत्ता, गुजरात यहाँ से चलना शुरू करें क्योंकि उनके घर बिहार में थे. मीन्स फ्रॉम वन स्टेट दे आर गोइंग टू अनदर स्टेट with only one determination कि हम पैदल भी चलेंगे तो हम पहुंच जाएंगे. And so many reached, जिन्होंने हार नहीं मानी वो अपने घर किसी तरह सही सलामत पहुंच गए. So what a better example can be this. See, each one of us has faced this lockdown in such a positive manner, staying at home without work. Some people did not have food, some people were sick, some people did not have their family with them. but still they existed, still they survived, and today they are happy. They are working again, they are with their families, they are eating food, they have water to drink, they have everything. So we should be thankful to God for all the blessings that we have, and we should never forget that God is always with us. He is the only one and only person in this entire universe who never leaves you alone. आपके दोस्त छोड़ देंगे आपको, आपका परिवार छोड़ देगा आपको, लेकिन भगवान आपका साथ कभी नहीं छोड़ते हैं. So have faith in God and everything is possible for you. So hope you will read the poem and try to understand it by seeing the video. If you do not understand, then you are free to ask in the comment section. Okay, take care of yourselves, have a fabulous weekend, enjoy, and see you soon. Bye bye.